What's up guys? Hello, welcome back to my channel. Now that I'm starting the video, of course my cat is jumping on my lap, but we're gonna make it work as always. She's not doing well, so she's super cuddly. She basically spends all her time on my lap or on my arm, so that's where we're at now. But let's start right into the video. So I recently thought about my years and years of living with an eating disorder, my years of recovery, what I've learned so far. And I remember that when I was in the depth of my eating disorder, I always wished that I would have never done this first diet. I always thought if I could just go back and just don't do this first diet, I would never, have had an eating disorder. I would never have struggled so long. So this was actually when I was still in my eating disorder. And then also during recovery, I was like, I broke my metabolism, everything's so hard, now I'm depressed, all that kind of stuff. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, do I regret that I had an eating disorder? No, I don't regret it anymore. And the reason for that is because, first of all, we can't change our past. I did a video about regret a couple of weeks ago, and what I said in there is true. Like, you can't change your past, so don't spend time regretting too much. You can learn from your past. So if you regret something, rather than beating yourself up, you should look at it and look at what you can learn from your past to not make the same mistakes again. But if I'm being completely honest, my eating disorder, my recovery, and my experiences made me the person I am today. They made me understand a lot of things about psychology, a lot of things about starvation, a lot of things about diet culture that I wouldn't have been, conscious about before because it was never a topic to me. And also my recovery. I just hopped off my second therapy session with my new therapist, who's amazing. But when we talked about, my last year, what I've learned so far, me going back to Germany in a couple of weeks, thoughts and nervousness that comes up with that. But of course, also like a lot of happiness. I'm looking forward to see everyone again. I said, I learned a lot about myself in this last year. I learned a lot about myself during and after recovery, and also in this last year with so many new situations, with living with a roommate, with making new friends in your late 20s, with starting a new job, with being in a new relationship. So all those experiences always teach us a lot about ourselves, right? And it will never stop. So I will continue to meet new people in my life, and they will always show me something about myself or about life. And even if people don't become friends, I think every single person we meet has some kind of wisdom to them that we can learn from. So that being said, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, when I recently thought about, getting food, ordering food, my boyfriend always asked me, is there something on the menu for you? Because I don't eat meat, and he always wants to make sure that I find something. And I'm honestly not very picky. Again, I don't eat animals, but we're living in 2024, so basically in every restaurant, in every place, you will find some vegetarian option. And I honestly never have a problem to find something. And part of that is just because I am not picky with food at all. But the other reason is I'm still getting excited to eat. And this is not because I'm not eating enough during the day. I really every day I eat enough and make sure to nourish myself. But after so many years of starvation and of just ordering the side salad without dressing in the restaurant, I still get excited to eat. So if we order something, or if we go out for dinner or lunch or breakfast, there's still this part of me that will forever be grateful for recovery and will forever be grateful to be able to eat again. And this is something that nobody can take away from me. And this is one of the positive outcomes out of recovery. Also, my eating disorder led to the fact that I did a lot of inner work, that I did a lot of therapy, that my family also did a lot of inner work, because we all had to figure some things out. And now I'm in a place where I'm not only grateful for, being able to eat again, being able to move again, but also for my body, because I basically destroyed my body for so much time and for so long, that I'm really grateful that I haven't done more damage, and that my body, basically survived, that my body is still here, that my body is doing, so much for me every day. And I know it sounds super cliche, but it is a fact. I'm very grateful for the fact that I, most probably won't have problems to become pregnant one day. I'm very grateful for the fact that I can, start to move again, that my body is just keeping me alive, even though I've done so much damage to it. And I also learned so much about, not just about diet culture and food and eating in general, but also about psychology, about my own psychology, about other people's psychology, about restrictions, about the nervous system, about addictions, about all these kind of things. I mean, I was always very interested in it, but because of my eating disorder, I had to dive in deep. And this is also something I'm super grateful for. So, of course, I'm not saying that, having an eating disorder is great, or that you have to have an eating disorder in order to understand life better. But what I'm saying is I can't go back, I can't turn back time, and everything happens for a reason. And this is part of my story. This is part of the person I am today. And I think I'm way more conscious about a lot of things than I was before. And of course, I'm much older now, but I start to like the person I became, and I don't want to change the knowledge I gained because of my story. And I'm also very grateful that I can, sit here now and be the person that talks about all these things, that talks about her own experience, but that might also be able, hopefully, to help some of you guys, and that hopefully inspires, if it's just one person out there. I'm always saying that. If I only touch or inspire one single person, that's more than enough. Of course, I'm very, very, very happy and grateful if it's more. But to be able to share my story and to hopefully, help one or two of you is amazing. My eating disorder made me the person I am today. It made me, I had to work through a lot of stuff in order to become happy and healthy again. It was not easy, but it was completely worth it. Now we have another tale in the video. It's it's a little cat show today. So yeah, I hope this short video helped you to understand your eating disorder and the reason better. And again, I don't want to minimize trauma. I don't want to say that you have to go to through trauma or through certain experiences to be a conscious person. That's definitely not the case. I also am not a fan to tell someone who's been through certain experiences that this happened for a reason, or that this had to happen, because trauma is always very unfair. And please don't get me wrong, this is really not what I'm trying to say, but I'm talking about my own experiences and the feelings I have about my own story. So yeah, this is just a short video to remind yourself that whatever happened in your life, whatever you were going through, made you the person you are today. And I really hope that you start to like the person you are today, because I'm pretty sure that you're amazing. And I've seen all your guys' comments that really touch me. I see, the love we spread on this platform, which is slowly but clearly growing. And I love to create this community with you guys. I'm truly excited to see where this year leads us. And yeah, just a big thank you to everyone who's watching, commenting, liking. It means a lot to me. I'm not just saying that. You guys are amazing, and I will see you in the next one.